Businesswomen anywhere have a hard time coping in a male world, but in the Middle East, this problem is compounded. The Economic Conference for Jewish and Arab Businesswomen in Israel recently brought together hundreds of female entrepreneurs to help them boost their business and network with peers.
Well, actually, I think they have more in common than they have that are different. Because what's interesting is we may often think of Israel as a developed country, more European, and yet it doesn't actually have European levels of women in the workforce. And that affects Jewish women as well as Arab women. But there's no doubt at all that there are fewer Arab women than there are Jewish women in the workplace.
It is an issue that is really all around the world. And we have a lot to learn from, and we should really look at what happens around the world. I am really at the chairwoman of an international business. And just the notion that I am really leading an Israeli business, and wherever we are active, we talk about diversity. So it's really a message that is not expected from an Israeli business.
When I was a member of parliament, I tried to advance more laws, concerning the advancement of women and the status of women, the political status in all the area. But I can't say the wages, all. I can't say that it's enough. When we are speaking about business, one big problem is the finance problem.
Another barrier for women, of course, is finance. We still find that when it comes to loaning money for businesses, we don't get enough women coming forward. We don't seem to get the banks being as willing to lend to women. We don't get the products for women. We don't often have the imagination for them to think that women would be a good market to invest in. That is changing too, but we need to do more about that. One of the barriers is the lack of expectation that women, even when they're educated, will actually put that education to work outside the home. And therefore, you don't see enough women in the workplace. Therefore, the women who do go into the workplace are regarded as unusual and different. And that can be quite discouraging, quite honestly. And it's very often, I was the first person in my family to go to university, and then I was one of what was still a fairly small number of women lawyers in the 1970s when I started. And to be the first to do anything, and perhaps sometimes to be the only women in the room, is something that I've experienced. And I know that it can make you strong, but it can also be very daunting.